All right, you guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Sandra D, the main event. Okay, today we will not be talking about hair and we will not be talking about food. Okay, today we're going to be talking about the narcissist. Okay, we are still on this journey speaking and talking about the narcissist. Now, I do not know how many of these videos I'm going to be doing, but I do want to make sure that I share my experience, the experience of those that I know that also have been in narcissist relationships, and also being the voice of those who are not able to actually speak for themselves, or maybe a little bit shy and don't want to share their story, but they want to make sure that it gets out there and someone is listening. Okay, so I want to talk about the roller coaster ride that you go through with the narcissist. Okay, you remember that old school song, roller coaster, roller coaster. Well, this roller coaster ride that I'm talking about ain't the fun one. Okay, this roller coaster ride is something similar. Okay, as far as how the ride goes. Okay, now you know when you're on a roller coaster, you know it starts going, climbing up and everything, you know, and then once it gets up to the top, to that peak part, before it gets ready to, you know, drop and go down. Okay, that's like the narcissist. Okay, and then once it does that, it goes through all these loops and things in that nature, and depending on the roller coaster that you go on, some of them go backwards. Okay, now, these are the things that I wanted to present and talk to you about, because on a roller coaster ride, this is what it feels like with the narcissist, okay? Because what they're doing is actually taking you on a ride. Now, it starts off slow. You know, the little love bombing part. That's the part where you remember that old school song, and maybe you've seen it on a commercial. It's like, getting to know you, getting to know all about you. That's what the narcissist does, okay? They're getting to know all about you, okay? Because you spilling the tea. You giving them the information that they need so that they can figure out where you fit on their agenda, so that they will be able to secure you, to con you, to manipulate you, to control you, and to get what they want from you, okay? Now, in the love bombing stage, okay, I call it an interview. Some people may call it, you know, someone that's playing up to them, or, you know, somebody that's kissing their behind, or, you know, trying to get in on their good side. Okay, that's what the love bombing stage is. You know, if you have kids, you know, like when the kids, they want something and they play nice, but this is your child, so you know how the heck they roll, or it's your nephew, you know, or your niece, and you like, what you want? And you know they want something. Okay, so this is how the narcissist plays this game, except for they're just a grown adult. Okay, they got that Peter Pan syndrome because they never grew up from the past. You got to remember, if you listen to any of the past videos, you know a narcissist is someone who was injured, who was hurt. Okay, could have been mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of the above when they was a kid, and they trusted an adult that did not perform the duties that they were supposed to do by protecting them, loving them, caring for them, and validating them when they were children. So they build up this persona, this alter ego, and they create this universe of what they think the world's supposed to be and how they want to be treated. So when they grow up, they become adults that are still traumatized as a kid, but they learn how to manipulate and how to trick people into giving them what they want that they didn't get, that they were lacking as a child. Okay? The difference is when they're grown adults, what they do is they use intimidation, fear, you know, That's why they want to do the love bombing, because they need to know what makes you tick. They want to know what makes you happy, what makes you sad, what your fears are, things in this nature, because that's intel for them that they want to use later on to try to secure you, okay, into what they want you to become, what they want you to be, pretty much how they want this scenario to play out in their head, that the role that they have for you to play as their leading lady or their leading man. Okay. You got to remember, they know what they're doing because they had the practice. They've been doing this longer than you. So this is why if you got deceived by one of these bad actors, okay, you got deceived by one of these con artists, it's because you didn't grow up that way. Okay. Now you may have had some things that had happened, but your path, the way that you handled things with the people that you had in your life, was able to guide you a certain way to where you were able to get your help. You was able to give your healing. You was able to forgive. Now they probably didn't have those things available for them, or they was too scared to trust anyone again. So they built this wall to protect themselves. So it's one or the other. Okay. Anyway, you're dealing with a narcissist. Okay. This narcissist will take you on a roller coaster ride. They will take you up, down, through loops. You go backwards, you go forward, but it's designed and created to get you into a position to where they want you to play the role that they want you to play in their lives. Okay. Now, they do these things to make you unstable, to make you emotional, because they want you to be codependent and codependent on them. They don't want outside interferences. They just want you all to themselves so that they can continue to run this manipulative behavior that they want to install in you. Okay? Now, it's like, you remember the old school movie Frankenstein? And you had this man, this scientist that was creating. So he was creating what he wanted, but it was like a man, but it was half monster. Okay, well, what they're trying to do is make you into a Frankenstein or a Miss Frankenstein, however the heck you want to put it. But they want to equip you. They want to create you to be different than what you were, because they want to do a switcheroo. Because they're miserable, they want you to be miserable. So they're trying to change you from the inside so that will reflect on the outside. And you're not recognizing what's going on because you can't believe that someone that says that they care for you, or you had a bond with, that you vibing with, whatever, do something like that to you. But they do. And when you find these things out, that's where you see, I can't believe that this person would deceive me, or this person would manipulate me, that this person will put me in a bad situation, and they were supposed to have my back. But what you need to know is a narcissist doesn't have anybody's back but their own. They're self-centered, they're selfish, they only think of themselves, and they feel entitled. Because they feel that you owe them something that they didn't get when they was a child. But how can you pay for something that you never did to the person that was little? It's not your fault what happened to them, but they will reflect that pain on you because they never healed from that past hurt, that past shame, that past violation that happened to them. So you will never be with someone that is a narcissist that's stable, because they got that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde mentality. They're cool one moment and they'll flip the hell out the next. You ever seen that movie, What's Love Got to Do with It, with Tina Turner? And then you have also Ike Turner. Okay, you remember the scene in the movie when the anime was in the booth with Ike, and she was also with, one of the backup dancers and singers. And then the dude was there also, his sidekick. Okay, so when they in the booth, he ordered a cake. And then he was like, she don't never appreciate anything nice. Gaslighting Miss Tina, Miss Anime Bulla. That's her original name. For y'all who don't know, let me give you a little history. And so he said, try the cake. She was like, I don't want no cake, Ike. I don't want no cake. But what he wind up doing, he starts, pushing it in her face. So this is what a narcissist will do. They want you to do what they do. And if you refuse to do it, then they throw tantrums, belittle you, embarrass you, like it's your fault. They don't want you to understand. No, excuse me. They do understand that you're an individual person. They understand that. But that's not what they want from you. This is where the manipulation and the control comes from. You got to remember, this is the mad scientist behind the scenes that's creating a Frankenstein or a Miss Frankenstein to be their own creation, what they think you should be. So if they're toxic, they want you to be toxic because misery loves company. Or what they're trying to do, what they really want to accomplish is to be you. They want to be like you so bad. They want to be at peace. They want to be at ease, but they never do. So they rather fake the funk because a lot of them really love the attention of being self-centered because they feel like this works for me. I can get anything I want until the con is exposed. And then you got all these hurt people that you hurt. And then you have the nerve to want to come and hoover them and want them to come back. And then you want to pretend like you sorry, like you sad, and lie like you seen the errors of your ways, and then go right back into your whole routine that you've been doing from the gate. The love bombing, the gaslighting, the discard, just to go through the whole cycle all over again because they trying to desensitize you because they want you to be what they want you to be and not wanting you to be your authentic, true, original self. You're amazing. They know that. But they don't want other people to know how amazing you are. So they got to try to snatch that up, tear that down. And then put on this persona as if that's who they are. While doing a smear campaign and saying how awful you are. But how is that even possible when they chose you in the first place? Because of your sweet, kind, authentic, loving self. Make that make sense. That's what they do. A narcissist only comes into your life because they're miserable and they want to ruin your life because they feel like theirs is ruined because they gave up on theirs. So they want you to give up on your sweet self. Why? For what? And for who? That is not you. That's not even your character. That's not even your personality. That's not who you was born to be. You was born to shine, to stand out, to be loving, but not born for someone to think that it's okay to mistreat you. So yeah, you are dealing with a roller coaster relationship that goes up, down, through loops, sometimes go backwards. Because they're trying to suck you back in to go through the whole rotation, the whole cycle all over again. The question is, when are you ready to get off the roller coaster ride? I'll see you guys in the next video.